are your goals aligned with the lifestyle that you actually want? And if not, figure out why that is and then figure out what to shift in your goals.
The success is actually filling in something else that you're looking for. So if you want to be the most successful blank in the world, I would dig deep on why you actually want to be that success. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another very special, as always, episode of Next Level University, where we teach you how to level up your life, your love, your health, and your wealth. We hope you enjoyed our latest episode. We talked all about authenticity with the wonderful Carrie Ford. Today, for episode number 597, what do you really actually want out of life?
Really actually.
Really actually.
Strong
I think
work.
you got to stress it. You got to say it twice to really show the importance of it.
So important.
Yeah, it's so important. We always talk about this. Number one, hopefully you guys had a great weekend. Clarity.
Right.
Clarity is always the first step in anything. You have to figure out what you actually want. You have to decide what you actually want. I was listening to Bob Proctor. Shout out to Bob Proctor.
I listen to a lot of Bob
I've been
lately.
listening to a lot of spiritual stuff because I've been going hard on the strategic mind, so I'm trying to stay balanced. But he basically says one of the reasons more people don't accomplish their goals is because they don't decide to.
Right.
And most people don't necessarily know the clarity around what they actually want. So if I was to sit you down, if you're watching this or listening to this, if I was to sit you down and say, what do you really want out of life? It might be easy for you to say, I want a car, I want the house, I would like 2 children, I'd like a marriage, I'd like this job, I'd like this, I'd like this, I'd like this. But are you thinking of the material possessions you want? Are you thinking of the feelings you want to have? Are you thinking of alignment? Are you thinking of fulfillment? Like, when you think about what you want out of life, what are you actually envisioning?
Right.
That's today's episode.
So I
Have
think
a good one.
Take care. Bye-bye then. No. So the best way that I know to frame this, I gave a speech a long time ago, probably 5 or 6 years ago, and it was called Defining Success for Yourself. And I talked about how I had driven across the country when I was 22, and we drove from Boston to LA. Not Boston, but near Boston. And it took us 5 days, and we went through all the different states. We went the middle of the country, Route 70. We went through Columbus, Ohio, Denver, Colorado, Vegas, eventually to LA, Studio City. And I remember talking about this on the speech, basically, where it's like, okay, when you set a goal, the goal was to get to LA. What I find fascinating is that the journey that you must embark upon is completely predicated on the goal that you set. So let's say that we wanted to drive to New Hampshire instead. Emilia and I are going to New Hampshire this weekend. It's a completely different journey. And therefore, the byproducts of that journey are completely different. So I'll give you an example. So let's say Kevin decides that he wants to be a pilot. No, I know you wouldn't. But let's say you want to be a pilot, okay, in the Air Force. That goal, everything you say and don't say, think and don't think, feel and don't feel, do and don't do, has to now be a little bit different than if you want to be a pianist or a cook. And so, are we choosing goals in advance and deciding, like you said, to achieve them that will get us to embark on a journey that we actually want to embark on? And in other words, here's the simple question to ask yourself if you're out there listening or watching on YouTube. We just waved to the camera. We waved. It's this simple question. Is the goal that I've chosen in advance going to create the lifestyle, the growth, and the contribution that I actually want in my life? And if not, what's a better goal I could set? Because, I've met 3 types of people. I've met people who have huge, major, audacious goals, but I've also met people who have no goals. But there's another type of person which has huge goals, but they're not the right goals based on what's actually aligned with their highest self, right? So if you value family, but yet you're a speaker who must travel all over the world and be away from their family, that's a goal that's in conflict with a core value.
And figure out why you're setting the goal in the first place. I had a call last week with somebody, and she said, like, I love talking to you because I feel like you understand me at a deep level because we're similar. And we were talking about some of the goals that she had set, and they were very, very big. like giant,
yeah.
the biggest goals ever of all time. And we were talking about that, and I said, well, is that what you want? And she said, honestly, like, I don't know. I don't know if that's what I want. I feel like I set those goals to kind of fit in. And I said, okay, well, that's an important distinction. I said, do you want to work every day until you're 80? Because that's what's going to take probably to achieve these goals, just so you know.
Right.
From my awareness, I don't even know what it's going to take, so that's my guess. And she said, no, that's not what I want to do. And I said, do you want to work 12 to 16 hours every day? And she said, no. And I said, okay, well, I would change that goal, right? You just change the frame of it.
Right.
Maybe going from I want to make X amount of dollars in my life, I want to help X amount of people. Your life's completely different if you do that.
Right.
And the money will come. So I think, and from coaching and talking to people, I've realized that a lot of people set their goals based on what they think those goals will bring them, and the goals, like what those goals will make them feel.
Right.
When realistically, if you're looking for a feeling, that's something that you should try to find along the way.
Right.
Because you're not going to get it. I've talked on the podcast about like when clients will pay and it'll be an influx of money, my mood tends to go up.
Right.
But it tends to probably bottom out the next day because that's not the answer you're looking for.
Right.
If it's safety, that's one thing. If it's certainty, that's another thing. But it's not. The success is actually filling in something else that you're looking for. So if you want to be the most successful blank in the world, I would dig deep on why you actually want to be that success. Is it because you want the significance of getting a trophy that says you won a Grammy? Mm-hmm. Is it because you want to have the best selling album so you can then turn that into a charity or a nonprofit? Getting crystal clear on those things will help you, because when you actually get closer, you'll be more aligned and you won't regret doing the things that you're doing, like Alan and I did earlier in our lives. Ladies and gentlemen, if you are watching this or listening to this, it's obvious that you want to get to the next level of your life. We can help you get there faster.
In 3 months from today, your life can look completely different. Here's how. Group coaching. Here's what you're going to get. So you're going to get bi-weekly calls with Kevin and myself. You're going to be on a team of 10 like-minded, growth-oriented individuals. You're also going to be in a WhatsApp chat with Kevin and I and the entire team, 24/7 access to chat. Also, you're going to get bi-weekly progress reports and peak performance tracking.
Guys, this is a great opportunity for those who can't afford one-on-one coaching with Alan and myself. We have helped dozens and dozens of people get to the next level at this point. Go to nextleveluniverse.com, click group coaching, or find the link in the show notes.
Talk to you soon. I think it's super important to understand this as well. Oprah has a quote that I always say. It's do what you have to do until you can do what you want to do. And I think it's really important. Kevin and I worked a lot of jobs that we didn't like.
Every single one of them before this.
Right. In Kevin's case, I liked a couple of them. But generally, if we hadn't done that, we wouldn't have set ourselves up to eventually be able to do what we want to do. And so Kevin and I had a discussion right before recording this episode about a potential opportunity to start a new initiative that we're not sure we want to do. We think it's a business win, and it'll bring more clients, it'll bring more revenue to the business, it'll help us help more people. But maybe we don't feel like it, right? Maybe cooking your own meals at home would be healthier for you, or less expensive for you, rather. But maybe you don't want to do that. Maybe you'd rather spend your time doing your thing and then hiring a chef. Emilia just hired a personal shopper who shops for her. It's awesome. It's unbelievable, right? And that's that person's thing. And that person needs that revenue. So I think all of you listening, how clear are you not just on what you want? If you could wave a magic wand and have anything the way you want it, that's great. Do that exercise, but understand what comes with it, right? Wanting to be an Olympic athlete is very different than wanting to work out every day for the rest of your life. You know what I mean? So you can't have the result without the process.
My God, that's loud.
Loudest
that
ever.
Scared the hell out of me.
That's pretty loud, right?
I don't know why it was so loud.
Dude, my speakers on this phone are really good. Really
good. Yeah,
but
it wasn't even near the microphone, so we wouldn't even be able to hear it that well.
I don't know.
Something is
is amok.
Amok.
And that's what Kevin and I want you to contemplate, is basically are your goals aligned with the lifestyle that you actually want?
Yeah.
And if not, figure out why that is, and then figure out what to shift in your goals, right? If you love to cook, maybe open a restaurant, right? If you love dogs, maybe open a dog shelter, right? So it's really customizable to your uniqueness.
And you'll be able to find ways to make it fit better. Again, COVID has been a wild, crazy thing, and it's been a tragedy for many, many, many people, and I have nothing but empathy for that. But one of the things that COVID has brought is understanding that virtual speeches, virtual coaching calls, virtual events, that's going to be a thing that's bigger in the future. So before, I want to be the family man. I want to be able to put the kids on the bus. I want to be able to do that kind of stuff. If I'm traveling all over the world every single week, that's not going to happen.
Right.
Now, knowing that virtual is a thing and hearing Gary Vee say, like, I'm going to travel way less now because why would I?
Right.
That's a thing that helps me because I have goals kind of sorted. I had goals kind of sorted in conflict.
Right.
Now that helps me align them, but that's only based on the clarity that I had. If I just kept operating with okay, I want to be the most successful person that I can be, but I didn't tie in the family stuff.
Right.
I didn't see that in the future. This wouldn't even mean anything. Like the whole virtual thing wouldn't matter. Just be like, oh, cool, that's nice.
Right.
But now I'm able to connect it to even a stronger why power that'll help me long term. And at the end of the day, I'm realizing at a fairly high level that you and I are very blessed when it comes to clarity.
Oh, for sure.
I think we both had near-death experiences, so I think that helps paint that picture. But if you're out there, take some time. Like, really take some time and sit with yourself and imagine the life that you want, not just what you want, but what you want to feel, what you want to see, what you want to be, what you want to hear.
Where you want to travel.
Yeah, all that. All that. Not just what you want to accomplish.
Right.
Because at the end of the day, accomplishing everything is nice, but it's usually the feelings that come with it that people are actually looking for.
Right. It's not just the goal, it's the lifestyle. This would be a humdinger.
Yeah, we got to go, though.
I know.
Is it a short humdinger?
Very.
Okay.
Very. If those exist. No, I'm kidding.
I believe it was Ralph Waldo Emerson that said 1312.
He didn't exist in 1312. It's funny. When was the last time you planned your life as intricately as you did your next vacation?
Ooh, humdinger.
Ooh.
Strong word.
Ooh. Okay, so we actually talked on book club. I'll do a little pivot here.
Okay.
We talked on book club this Saturday about this exact topic, which was, so Stephen Covey, we're reading The 7 Habits of Highly Effective People. We're on habit 3, which is this weekend, this Saturday, is going to be session 4, the 4th one. If you haven't attended before, that's okay. You don't have to read the previous chapters in order to join in. You can join in and out anytime you want. Just DM me. That said, Stephen Covey has a section that we went over this past Saturday about going to your own proverbial funeral. Very heavy topic. Tears flew from me and from many other members of the book club, but it was basically starting with the end in mind. So if you resonated with what Kevin and I talked about on this episode, starting with the end in mind, like imagine going to your own funeral. What would your family say about you? What would you want your kids to say about you? What would you want your colleagues to say about you? What would you want your friends, your closest friends to say about you? Start with that in mind when you set your goals, and that will give you massive, massive clarity.
Boom. Ladies and gentlemen, we have just opened Group 3 coaching. Group 3 group coaching.
Oh, yeah?
Starts May 7th.
May 7th.
I always forget the date. I believe there's 7 or 8 spots open. So, again, our goal in those 90 days is to help you become the next level of yourself, whatever that means. It could be in your business, it could be in your body, it could be in your mindset, it could be in your relationships, but I can guarantee that the community that you're surrounded by is going to be next level. We have our WhatsApp groups going. We had the most powerful group coaching call we've ever had last week.
Oh, yeah.
So we are very much looking forward to helping you. And again, if you're afraid, if this is your first time ever doing coaching, that is what we've designed it for. So I promise it will not be over your head. We will be there to support you every step of the way, and we will also have a Next Level You team member that will be in the chat as well, and then most likely on the call. So we'll really have everybody will have the ability to be supported at a deep, deep, deep level. NextLevelUniverse.com, click group coaching, application is there, and we will see you in the group.
Absolutely.
Do you have anything to say about that?
The last thing is life is a team sport. You're going to get on a winning team, and you will get to the next level of yourself. And again, it's a place where you're safe. You're safe to be yourself. You're celebrated. You're going to finally be celebrated for your own goals, and you definitely will. This will be a foundation for the rest of your life.
Boom. Tonight, 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, we have our weekly meetup Monday. We're actually going to be highlighting the NLU team. They're all going to share their top takeaways and lessons from being on the NLU team. 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, live in Next Level Nation. Also, our next episode is going to be last week's Meetup Monday, repurposed as an episode. The Power of Choice. Fire.
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 Mm-hmm.
Fire.
Strong.
Do you have anything to say? Feeling a little goofy today.
It's good.
I think
I
it's-
sound a little
Sound like a man.
sniffly.
Sound like a man.
Oh, so what do I sound like normally?
Yeah, somewhat of a boy.
Yeah. I appreciate you.
Anything else? Ladies and gentlemen, we love you. We appreciate you. We hope you had a great weekend. We hope you will have a great week. And as always, burner. We don't have fans. We have family. Talk to you on the next one.
Talk to you soon.
Bye.